Okay, time for part two. I want to talk just a little bit about Psalm 22 and the idea of Jesus' death being of cosmic consequence. Now, I've read that particular narrative to quite a few people, and I asked them, what's happening to the person in this narrative? And they say, oh, it sounds like he's being crucified. I'm like, okay. What, the hands and feet are pierced, the heart's melting like wax inside of him, people circle him, laughing at him, etc. I'm like, who do you think wrote it? And they said, well, do you think, was it one of the apostles describing what happened, putting themselves in the place of Jesus and saying, this is what's happening to me? I say, no, it was written 1,000 years or so before Jesus ever came to earth and centuries before they ever invented crucifixion. They're usually not too sure what to do with that. And that's just yet another example of, why I think there was a foreordainedness about the crucifixion, death of Jesus. But I do want to answer some objections because, it was a while ago I heard that they pierced my hands and feet, is a ginning up of the text. And that it's mistranslated, for Christians for the sake of kind of throwing it in the face of Jews and say, what do you think of this? And it doesn't actually say they pierced my hands and feet at all. There's there's two very similar words in Hebrew. There's ka'aru, which means to bore through, and ka'ari, which means like a lion. But the word actually is like a lion, ka'ari, and not ka'aru, which means they've bore through. Well, and when I heard about this, that made me think, well, maybe we shouldn't be in such a hurry to, point to this as a messianic psalm or anything like that. So, is that the case? Does it in fact say ka'ari? They're like lions at my hands and feet. Well, let's see. What does the evidence say? Look at the Dead Sea Scrolls. There was a Dead Sea Scrolls from all the way back in the 1st century, or before the 1st century BC, and it says, Ka'aru, they have pierced my hands and feet. The Septuagint, it renders it, which is a translation of the Old Testament from Hebrew to Greek, it renders it, they have pierced my hands and feet. Some very old Masoretic texts from the medieval times. They say ka'aru, which means they have borne through, or they have pierced my hands and feet. So no, that's not a Christian interpolation at all. So with this in mind, I think we can safely say that this is talking about, a righteous sufferer having his hands and feet pierced through, and his heart melting like wax within him. You tell me if that matches any particular descriptions from down the line. Anyway, I just wanted to hit on that briefly. I didn't quite have enough time to do that with the Isaiah 53 one. So that's just more of the reasons why I believe what I believe, that there really is a hope for Christians, and it's not just a vague hope based on some ancient religious text that could be wrong, and an interpretation of that text could be wrong. Still doesn't entirely answer the question. Yeah, but did Jesus Christ rise from the dead? He can die all he wants. Did he rise? Good question, and we'll be getting to that. You'll probably be sorry you made that stupid video, Tim, because now you've got my big mouth yapping about this, and now I'm going to be sending you emails and all this stuff about it. Sorry. Just feel the need to pipe up and give you my 2 cents worth. Hope you have a good day out there, man, and I will talk to you.